using graphs of line, we can also come up with the slope of said lines. Here we have 3 different lines and we are going to solve for the slope of each. Take note that the slope in general is equal to the amount of rise over the amount of run. So we can actually pick 2 points since 2 points determine a line for each of these 3 lines here, and let's examine the amount of rise and the amount of run. But it's also important that when we say running, when that running is towards the right, we have positive value for our run, but if it's going towards the left, our value for our run is negative. Let's start with the red line, and again let's examine 2 points. If you could pick these 2 points here, let's try to pick points that are intersecting with the 2 axes. Okay, so we have these 2 points here, and let's examine the amount of rise and over the amount of run. From this point to that point, we actually have 1 rise here. So we have here the slope for the red line. We have 1 moving towards the top, or 1 rising motion, and from this point to that point we are moving 1 in terms of its running. But the run here is going towards your right, so we know that our run here is positive 1. Simplifying this, the slope of the red line is actually 1. Let's have the next line, let's say the blue line. Again, if it's beneficial to choose the points that are intersecting with our axis, then choose those points. But here, let's try to pick points which are this one of which is intersecting our y-axis, and since this value here for x is not exact, let's pick this point here which is an exact value of the grids. So from here to there we have 1, 2, 3. There are 3 amount of rise, so we have the slope is the amount of rise, again 3, over the amount of running from this point to that is 1. So our run is 1, and more importantly it moved towards the right, so we have 3 over 1. So simplifying this, the slope of the blue line is 3. Now for the final line, let's have the green line. Let's also pick points, and this time let's have these points here. How about this point and this point here? None of them are intersections with both axes, but we can also derive the slope from here. So the amount of rise is still 1. So you have here m for the green line, you have positive 1 over your running is 2, right? Yeah, you are going to run here 1 and 2. Okay, but take note that running is towards the left, so you will have here negative 2. So the slope of the green line is actually negative 1/2. Notice that the line is leaning towards the left for negative slope and to the right if it's positive.